Hello, friend, and welcome to Torches, Yoga and Mindfulness. I'm Lauren, and I'll be your coach. Today, we are going to embark on a long-standing tradition and practice of equanimity, the mountain meditation. It was popularized here in the West by Jon Kabat-Zinn, the founder of MBSR, Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction, a program at the University of Massachusetts Medical School in the late 1970s. He created this visualization to help participants embody the qualities of a mountain: strength, stability, and presence, no matter what storm was passing through. In this guided meditation, I will guide you to visualize yourself as a mountain. But I do understand that not everyone has that inner imagery, and that is perfectly okay. Just bring to mind the feeling of a mountain. Sense the energy. Maybe for you, the idea of a still, grounded, and dignified mountain is a felt sense. However you choose to connect with the mountain is up to you and is absolutely perfect. No tools are necessary for this practice, but of course, I do have some of my favorite gemstones and herbs that I would use in my practice if you would like to incorporate them into yours. If you're using herbs as a tea, I would just recommend a chamomile or a lemon balm for your tea for this practice. Keeping it simple, these two will help to calm your mind and relax you so that you can really get into the meditation with the least amount of distracting thoughts that may be weighing on you from today. Now, as far as gemstones go, it would probably be a shorter list if I listed off what I wouldn't use for this practice, but I have brought my favorites here that I would use in my practice. I have a bloodstone here. These are so pretty to me. It grounds our heart energies and eases aggression and impatience, allowing us to embody that rooted strength. I actually carry this one with me most days. Agates are another great choice. I've got a couple of them here with me. So agates are wonderful, opening us up to overcome negativity and bitterness that we may be carrying. They can give us courage to just be. We don't have to be mad. We don't have to be right. It reminds us we can let go of what's no longer serving us and still hold our value. And green agates are going to be wonderful for this and exceptional for emotional balance and flexibility. Sodalite is another powerful option here, encouraging rational thought and intuition, bringing emotional balance and calm. And then I do also have these two here. So this is granite and this one's pyrite. These may not be a traditional use for this type of practice, but these would be my first choices to use in my own meditation because the mountains I have visited, I've camped in, and I have cherished in my life are granite. This stone makes up their strength, and I find pyrite in the mountain streams, reminding me of the true treasures that these mountains hold. So pyrite and granite would actually be my first choices. All right, friend, if you need to grab a stone, light a candle, or brew some tea, go ahead and hit that pause button and meet me right back here in a comfortable seated position, ideally like an easy pose where you're seated crisscross applesauce, or your feet firmly planted, sitting in a chair, firmly planted on the ground. Easy pose is the ideal pose for this meditation, but it's not required. Whatever's comfortable for you. Sitting in easy pose, we have our wide base and come to a strong point, just like a mountain. All right, friend, go ahead and hit that pause button, grab your items, and meet me back here. All right, friend, in your comfortable seated position, I invite you to soften the jaw, soften the brow, and drop the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax the eyes and close them or soften your gaze. Bring to mind a mountain you may have a personal connection with, or just one pictured in your mind from your internal landscape. Imagine a connecting cord stemming from your crown, connecting and lifting you upward, but still a strong, stable, grounded base. Let's relax our shoulders, our heart centers broad, hands resting on the knees, palms down, connected. Take a few deep breaths to transition from the day before into our practice. Feel your breath move through your mountain. Bring your attention inward. Notice without judgment any physical sensations or stirring emotions. Acknowledge them and let them fade away. Now, I invite you to bring your attention outward, noticing any sounds, smells, or the temperature of the room you are in. Notice the space you take in this room, the spatial relationship between you and the other objects in the room. Feel your legs relaxed but stable. Notice where your seat meets the floor or cushion beneath you. Come back to the breath. Bring back to mind the mountain. Imagine it in great detail. Notice also the weather and the scenery around the mountain. Notice how the mountain remains itself, no matter the weather or season. Imagine now a bright summer morning, the mountain bathed in the soft glow of dawn. Golden light spills over its ridges as the eastern sun rises, touching the stone, warming the earth, and slowly waking the day. Feel that light, not just around the mountain, but within it, as if we too are illuminated, steady and strong, warmed by the light of a new beginning. The mountain remains still, and all around it, life begins to stir. Nocturnal creatures, raccoons, armadillos, and others, retreat into their burrows, tucked safely into the hillside. The air fills with birds and song, a chorus of morning celebration. Deer stretch their limbs, and wild cats blink into the sun, quietly surveying the land. The forest comes alive, each animal following its rhythm, moving through its part of the mountain's vast body. And still, the mountain does not move. The sun rises higher, its warmth deepens, light and shadow dance across the ridges and valleys. The creatures carry on with their day, hunting, resting, exploring. But the mountain remains just as it is, rooted, vast, and whole. And now the sun begins its slow descent. Its light stretches long across the ridges, casting golden beams across some slopes, while others fall into shadow. Part of the mountain glows in soft amber, part fades into quiet darkness. The rhythm of life shifts again. The nocturnal creatures begin to stir, raccoons, owls, and others waking beneath the rising moonlight. The deer and wild cats find stillness, retreating to the safety of stone and shelter. The night sky stretches wide. One by one, stars begin to appear, faint at first, then gleaming like scattered diamonds, and all the while the mountain watches silently, witnessing the turning of time with calm presence. A new day arrives, but this time it carries a summer storm. The sky grows heavy, filled with dark, rolling clouds. A low hum rumbles in the distance. The air is thick and expectant. Then, rain, first a whisper, then a roar, Sheets of water pour down the mountainside, carving fresh paths into the earth. Streams rise and swell into rushing rivers. Creatures take shelter in the roots and hollows. The forest hushes, but still the mountain remains, rooted, steady, unshaken in the storm. Eventually, the rains begin to soften. The clouds lift. A single ray of sunlight pierces through, then another, until the whole mountain is lit once again. Raindrops shimmer on every leaf. The rivers slow their song, and the mountain, unchanged, unwavering, remains. Now notice a subtle shift in the air. The heat of summer begins to soften into a cool autumn breeze. The green leaves blush into shades of gold, crimson, and amber, fluttering gently as they prepare to fall. The landscape around the mountain changes once again, but the mountain stays exactly as it has always been, steady and centered, welcoming the arrival of autumn. The forest grows quiet, the light slants lower in the sky, and then the air turns colder still. Autumn gives way to winter. The animals slow and begin their long rest. The trees shed their final leaves. The sky grows heavy with the snow. Storm clouds gather once more, blanketing the mountaintop in thick, gray silence. Snow begins to fall, soft at first, then wild. Ice forms along the edges of the rock and stream. Soon, the mountain disappears from view, hidden beneath wind and whiteness, but we know it is still there. We can feel its deep, vast energy, strong beneath the storm. As the sky clears, the mountain reemerges, cloaked now in a shimmering layer of snow. The air is crisp, the wind biting against your skin. We sit with the stillness of winter, quiet and serene. And then, inevitably, spring arrives. The ices begin to melt. Water flows again in long forgotten paths. The ground softens, and tiny green shoots push up from beneath the snow. New life bursts forward in color and song. The creatures awaken, birds return. The mountain stirs with movement and renewal once again. What was just a cold, quiet moment is now vibrant and alive. Spring returns with its promise of rebirth, and through it all, we are the mountain, steady, rooted, present. Feel now the internal stillness within, a quiet that is not emptiness, but presence, a grounded peace, a gentle equanimity that accepts the shifting seasons of life. We begin to understand that this too is part of us. There is nothing to resist, only moments to witness, experiences to feel, lessons to receive. Take a deep breath and notice the majestic mountain within. Breathe in its qualities, a strong, grounded base, lofty peaks rising into the sky, stillness in the center, no matter the season. We sit as the mountain, not as something separate from life's changes, but as a steady presence within them. The mountain does not resist the wind. It does not cling to the sunshine, and it does not fear the snow. And neither must we. We know there will be good days and hard days, moments of clarity and moments of confusion, bright skies and heavy storms. We don't need to control them. We are learning to move through them with grace, to return again and again to that still, steady place within. The weather of our lives is not meant to be conquered. It's meant to be felt, understood, and welcomed. And from that, we find our equanimity. Begin to slightly deepen your inhales, drawing in the strength of the mountain into yourself, the mountain's resilience, calm knowing that it will come out of the storm still as itself. Notice the temperature of the room you are in upon your skin. Feel the floor or cushion beneath you. Before we fully emerge from our mountain landscape, let's take a moment to express our genuine gratitude. Thank ourselves for showing up today. Thank your body for carrying you to and through this experience. Let's send some gratitude outward. If you did picture a mountain you have visited before, or even one you have seen in pictures, let's extend some gratitude to the stewards that protect that land. Maybe you're a National Park Service or conservation teams. Friend, as you're ready, start to welcome movement back into the body with little wiggles in the fingers and toes, elbows and knees. Flutter those eyes open, coming back to this space with me. Welcome back, friend. How was that for you? I would love to hear how you felt and what came up for you. If you're willing to share, I would love to hear it in the comments. All right, friend, I hope this guided meditation helps you take some of that serene presence, that groundedness with you throughout your day, throughout your week, and throughout the rest of your month. Remember, you can return to this meditation anytime you need a centering, a balance, and a reminder that we are not the thoughts, we are not the storm, we are the sky, we are the observer, we are the mountain. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you in your practice today, and thank you for sharing a piece of your day with me. Stay present, stay kind to yourself, and I will see you soon.